You know what? It's almost kind of nice in the light because you really see everything and just how much detail and work goes into it. Hannah, what you have done is seriously just incredible. And you say the last 5 years, it just gets bigger and better every year.
Yep, it does every year. I think this is probably the biggest thing that I've ever built, and it is solid foam.
So I wanted to talk about the Sphinx because what is it and how did you make it?
So it is solid foam. You can kind of see the outline of the blocks.
Okay.
And I just stacked the blocks all the way high.
And what, cut it into
carved
shape?
It. Yep.
Wow.
Yep, and then of course our face is melting. We've got to repaint that, but all the moisture is kind of messed with the paint on the face, so we've got to fix that.
You know what? I just feel like
foam.
I feel like it adds to the allure. You know, it's Halloween.
Right.
It's not going to be perfect.
Right. And the original Sphinx doesn't even have its nose anymore. It's
exactly.
a ruin.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, tell us about the theme of this year's not so haunted walkthrough.
Yeah, so we've got archaeologists here who have uncovered what they think is Cleopatra's tomb.
Okay.
And so everyone will be able to walk through here, see where the mummies have come alive, but when they opened the first chamber, they actually released the curse that Cleopatra's under, and that made all the mummies come alive. And so that's kind of the storyline throughout. And the goal is for them to solve the riddles and puzzles and save Cleopatra's soul in the end to let her go into the underworld. So there's some little puzzles and there's some different story aspects inside.
I mean, for not being in like the haunted house Halloween business, you have a lot of creative and great ideas.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I just this is my outlet for those ideas. I don't have a lot of outlets in other aspects of my life. So and I don't have kids. So
you put all the time into this.
This is my way to enjoy the neighborhood kids and do something to give back to the community, but also get to kind of be a kid myself.
And I got to tell you guys, Hannah told me earlier she saved all of her PTO for the last 2 weeks to be able to put all of this together. That's how much it means to you.
Yeah. I used all of it. I was off for the last 2.5 weeks. My neighbors probably think I don't have a job because of how much I'm out here in the yard.
Yeah. And then quickly, because we do need to send it back, there's a donation that people can do for charity as well, if you'll wrap that up.
Yep, so St. Jude, Skeletons for St. Jude, there's a QR code on the sign up there, so you can scan that or just go to their website, just Skeletons for St. Jude, and you should find it.
I love it. Have fun and do good at the same time. Alex Carey, I'm going to send it back to you now.
It looks incredible. I can't get enough of it.
Bravo.
Truly.
The amount of time, effort, money, hard work, just that she's put into this. And then she said it's open from 8 to midnight.
Right.
So she was up with us early, gonna be up late.
I hope she catches a nap.
Please get a nap today. All right, check it out if you're in Shelbyville. Hey, one of Louisville's largest employers is relocating to downtown. The impact Yum Brands move could have on the economy. That's next. But first, you could win the Mega Millions on Halloween for $754 million. And then tomorrow night, you could win the Powerball for $400 million.
Welcome back. Yum Brands is moving to downtown Louisville. The company is relocating its headquarters from Gardner Lane into the PNC Tower on South 1st Street. Nearly 600 employees will make the move with the office. Officials say it could mean good things for downtown's economy.
Whenever you put 550 sets of feet on the street, it is a dramatic impact on what the downtown streets will feel like. The pedestrian activity, folks walking to lunch, going to meetings, maybe sticking around downtown for a cocktail or happy hour.
Yum Brands hopes to officially make the move late next year. Once that happens, JCPS will take over the Gardner Lane campus for its central offices.
The children living over at St. Joe's are getting a brand new playground. Officials broke ground on SJ at Play Thursday at the Crescent Hill campus. The project will feature a playground as well as a splash pad, a basketball court, even an outdoor amphitheater.
A lot of our kids will have challenges going off campus and feeling safe in a public playground or a public area. This gives them the opportunity to still get to play, get to have fun, and heal while they get to have that fun. It's important for them.
St. Joe's still needs to raise about $1 million for the project. It's expected to be ready by the spring. And a local costume shop is making sure foster children have the best Halloween possible. Caulfield's and Wednesday's Child teamed up to help the kids pick out some costumes. Our Jennifer Bayless has more.
Finding the perfect Halloween costume takes time.
What should I get?
And patience, and sometimes a little creativity. This is Christopher, also known as
King Christopher.
He came to Caulfield's determined to find the perfect costume.
I love historical figures, and I love like history. So then that's when I saw this, and I was like, let me give it a shot.
And I think it's safe to say King Christopher succeeded in finding the costume that suited him perfectly.
We love helping people put stuff together to make whatever it is that they want to be come to life.
Christopher was among several foster children to shop the aisles at Caulfield's with the help of an anonymous donor and Wednesday's Child to find a costume for Halloween.
We've been partnering with Wednesday's Child for a few years now, and it's just a fantastic thing to see the kids' faces and be able to give them free reign of the store and pick out whatever they want.
Each child picked out a costume and all the accessories needed to truly make their vision come to life.
Love coming here, seeing kiddos with a smile on their face, not tears in their eyes, and them being in control of making decisions, even if it's so simple as picking out a costume.
The costumes range from regal to cute to scary, each child taking their time to find the costume that was just right.
Can I do this?
To come here and to say, hey, this is all about you. We're going to do this to you. And through the generosity, Caulfield's, Wednesday's Child, our staff that are here, the foster parents who are here. So it really is that community effort.
And that community effort led to smiling faces and excitement to trick or treat in their hand-selected costumes. And as for Christopher, he walked out of Caulfield's ready to rule over Halloween night.
And you can learn more about Wednesday's Child and how you can become a foster parent on our website. That's WLKY.com. Alex, everybody loves a good costume.
Oh, yeah. And get this. Your Halloween costume may say more about you than just your taste. In pop culture, experts say it can actually reveal quite a bit about your personality.
Your costume choice may reveal a lot about what you're yearning or a part of your personality that you want to express that may not be part of your everyday life.
I'm a farmer this year. I don't know about that, but maybe next year. Psychologists believe that what we wear can also impact how we feel. So if you dress up as a superhero, it may make you feel really confident or brave. Whether you decide to add a mask or wear makeup with your outfit could also have a deeper meaning too.
If you are wearing a mask or heavy makeup, it may make you feel more anonymous. This lowers our self-consciousness and lowers our inhibition. So you may act in ways that you don't normally act day to day. And it's a low risk situation to explore different parts of your personality.
Well, Carrie's usually a villain, so I don't know what that says about her. We'll dissect that after this. And if you prefer group costumes, that can mean that you value connection and social bonding. Love that.
Let's talk about therapists.
We'll get to it. Hey, coming up next, Metro leaders announce a new role to tackle the city's housing and homelessness crisis. Still ahead on the news at 9, more on the latest effort to help Louisvillians in need. But first, we're checking in with Matt.
It's been a chilly start to the morning and temperatures still struggling a little bit, lower half of the 40s across the WLKY region, but finally some sun and some drier weather for your Halloween. We'll talk about afternoon highs and some cool temperatures for trick-or-treating, but overall our Friday's looking good. I'll have more on a weekend outlook that has some rain chances. That's coming up. But first, let's send it over to Mo. She has the latest on the drive. Mo, any lingering troubles out there?
Well, we do have this one. It was a serious accident from earlier this morning on Watterson Trail and Hurstbourne Parkway. The southbound lanes, I guess, are still blocked. I did hear that they were going to be reopening them soon, but it's going to be a crowded intersection for a little bit longer. Now, we're also watching for a stalled vehicle. This is over on Gene Snyder northbound at Preston Highway. Take a look on the TriMark traffic cameras. It's in the center of the screen. They're over on the left shoulder in the grass there. So just something to watch for, especially if a tow truck does arrive. You may lose part of that left lane. All right, more news, weather, and traffic coming up. Stay with us.
You're watching WLKY News.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Halloween morning.
Yeah, the weather is so amazing. I mean, I think no rain and not being crazy cold is just the best trick-or-treat forecast.
It is, although it will start to get a little chilly near the end of the trick-or-treating, so I got a feeling that, you know, the kids are always, it's always a battle trying to get them to wear a coat, especially over their costume.
Yeah.
So just know you might be following them around with a jacket, just waiting for them to turn around and be like,
I'm already seeing that this morning.
Wrap it up early then, yeah.
Yeah.
We know how it goes, but it's that time of year, right? Especially when we have quiet skies. It feels comfortable in the afternoon, but the second that sun gets low on the horizon and we start losing degrees, yeah, it does start getting cool. But it is going to be great for the outdoor activities tonight. But yeah, we may need to add an extra layer, especially if you're going to be a little bit later in terms of staying out. this Halloween. Temperatures lower in middle 40s right now, so it's definitely a cool start, but it's much nicer to see the blue skies, even with a little bit of a chill to the air this morning. As we head through the day in your 12-hour forecast, 40s right now, go 50s midday, 59 at 3 o'clock. I think we can make a run towards 60 degrees by the end of the afternoon. But there's some of that cooler air sneaking back in for the evening. Again, 57 for the younger trick-or-treaters and closer to 50 degrees, maybe for the older ones staying out. And as we get closer to the 10 o'clock hour, we'll fall back into the 40s. So like we were just talking about, probably going to want those extra layers as we head through the evening ahead. But overall, I think the weather for it is going to be nice with the mainly clear and dry conditions. A few more clouds come our way tonight and even a shower chance into the weekend. I'll have much more on that in your 7-day in just a few minutes. But right now at 9:33, let's send it back over to Mo. She has the latest on the drive.
And things are looking much better since earlier this morning. We do have just a couple of lingering issues. One is over by Watterson Trail and Hurstbourne Parkway. There was an accident here with injuries. They had the southbound lanes blocked off. MetroSafe said they should be reopening soon, but either way, this is going to be a crowded intersection for a little bit longer. Now, we're also watching for a car that went off the roadway on Gene Snyder North at Preston. If you look in the center of the screen here on the TriMark traffic camera, you can see the vehicle over in the grass there and the motorist outside of the vehicle. Just be super careful if you're driving in this area. One more car, too, pulled over on the left shoulder. This is going on 64 eastbound as you're heading out in towards the Shelby County line on 64 East, but it's not slowing anyone down. In fact, we're not seeing any delays on the interstates. Drive times look great. 11 minutes now on 65 North from the Snyder going into downtown, and then 64 West, that's a 13-minute ride, 9 minutes on 71 South this morning. That's a look at the roads, ladies. Back to you.
Mo, thank you. Right now, a Louisville man wanted for murder in New Albany is behind bars several states away. Marlon Love was arrested in Maryland. He's charged in connection to a deadly shooting on Grant Line Road last Christmas Eve. Jalen Walker was killed. Police believe a hit was out on his life, leading to the shooting. Love is now waiting to be sent back to Southern Indiana. 2 other people pleaded guilty to charges in this case, including Love's nephew.
We're learning new details this morning about what led up to a double murder in Okolona last month. The woman accused of setting it up appeared in court on Thursday.
She said that my house is getting ready to be on the news.
Jasmine Brown is charged with complicity murder. Her roommate and his friend were found dead at the Falcon Crest Apartments last month. While she wasn't home at the time, police believe Brown helped plan their deaths. In court Thursday, a detective claimed jail phone calls between Brown and her boyfriend, who's currently serving time, connect her to the murders.
There was some kind of it almost seemed like jealousy kind of conversation. She stated to Mr. Jones, Miss Brown did, she doesn't love them like that, and then stated if I love them like that, I wouldn't be getting ready to backdoor them.
The judge is now sending her case to the grand jury. So far, no other arrests have been made.
A new Metro government office hopes to help address the city's housing and homelessness crisis. Our Alexis Matthews explains how putting a focus on mental health could make a difference.
The restructuring of Louisville leaders continued Thursday with a new office and director at Metro government.
And I am so incredibly excited to see the next chapter and the direction that our city will go.
Dr. Maria Lederman is the Metro's first executive director for the Office of Behavioral Health. It's tasked with addressing root causes in Louisville's ongoing crisis around housing and homelessness.
Instead of temporary solutions that lead to shelter stays, emergency room visits, arrests, or even jail, and then back on the street once again, we're aiming for long-term solutions.
The new office and role is an extension of the Home for Good initiative, aiming to place 250 people in permanent supportive housing by 2027. It comes as the Metro still faces a major shortage of affordable housing, even with several development projects complete and others in the works.
I want to get to a point where we have no one sleeping on the street in this city.
Hand in hand with homelessness are challenges of substance use and mental health. And Lederman's office has a plan to help break that cycle through integrated coordination.
I have started to focus on a data-driven approach and making sure that we are collaborating across Metro agencies and sharing that data.
The creation of the Office of Behavioral Health also aligns with components in LMPD's reform agreement around police response to mental health calls.
The job of policing, when you think about it, is keep people safe. But homelessness and mental health issues are not criminal issues.
The ultimate goal is for leaders to continue prioritizing the critical need for housing and elevating stability for Louisville residents. In the Metro, I'm Alexis Matthews, WLKY News.
And before this new job, Lederman worked as an administrator for Louisville Metro Corrections.
Well, recently we've shared concerns about Louisville's main library possibly closing by the end of the month for renovations, but construction is happening right now throughout the building and it's still open. Library officials say the multi-million-dollar renovation will modernize the century-old space while preserving its historic character. While there is no official decision yet if there will be a full closure, visible work inside is a clear sign that the renovation is moving forward.
Police dogs in one northern Kentucky community have a new tool to keep them safe. Ajax is an narcotics and patrol dog for the Florence Police Department and was recently given a bullet stab-proof vest. His handler got Ajax the vest through a Massachusetts nonprofit that provides the vest for free. Now the canine's vital organs will be protected.
Whether we're going into a track or a building search or heading into the woods to look for somebody, because a lot of the guys we're looking for, they're either violent offenders or there's a potential for them to be dangerous.
And all 4 canines with the Florence Department now have these vests.
The Charlestown Police Department is celebrating Halloween with a new accessory. Officers held a friendly contest to see who could create the best spooky-themed patch. Detective Trey Crace's design came out on top. Officers are going to wear it on duty through November 15th.
I just thought it was really awesome. It's nice for kids, too. I think it would get the kids excited to have it, and they're going to do it every year so you can collect them. And I just thought it was nice to be a part of it.
All 80 limited edition patches sold out quickly, but Chief Cruz says that the department plans to make this an annual tradition and expand it to other holidays. Part of the proceeds are going to help pay for police training courses. Well, in Louisville's Crescent Hill neighborhood, one street has become known for its elaborate Halloween displays.
Of course, we are talking about Hillcrest Avenue, but trick-or-treaters are going to notice some changes this year. So our Sam Carter is live there with everything we need to know. Sam, they're limiting it this year, so only really the first 5,000 folks.
Yeah, that's the cap this year, Carrie, is 5,000. And neighbors say they got concerned by how big this whole event has become over the years. Many more than 5,000 generally line the streets here. But this year, you're going to need to know a bunch of things before you head out. Well, just a couple, actually. First, and maybe most importantly, you're going to need a ticket before you can trick-or-treat here on Hillcrest. You're going to get one of those from a police officer that's going to be stationed on Field, English, Brownsboro, or Frankfort as you enter the neighborhood. The ticket, again, to keep the cap at 5,000. Another way they're trying to keep people safe this year is they are closing Hillcrest Avenue between Frankfort and Brownsboro. They're closing it, again, keeping people safe, but it's going to be closed between 5 and 9 p.m. this evening. Those are the trick-or-treat hours here in the neighborhood, and at 9 p.m., that's when they're requesting that trick-or-treating stop. Now, there are some changes here, obviously, but it is still the same Hillcrest with these elaborate front yard decorations. Take a look at this one. We got a soccer game going on. We got a spooktator on the left. Roberto Carlos's number, ever so slightly changed. Messi scoring a goal in front of the referee. Guys, it is a great scene out here, but again, gonna need a ticket before you go. You get one from a police officer at one of the 4 streets I just mentioned. Happy Halloween, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Oh, Hillcrest is going to be busy.
Yeah. Very busy there tonight. And, you know, just watch out for the trick-or-treaters when it gets dark and they have dark costumes on. Some of them don't. Most had a good tip to put a light in the bucket or a bag, you know, to light it up. But, you know, glow sticks, anything
I was going to say a
else.
glow stick is a good idea.
There's reflective tape, all those things. I mean, I think we kind of know the drill, but the best one is to just slow down, be patient, know that there's probably going to be some kids running across the street in the neighborhoods. So we'll take it easy. And tell you what, the weather, it really is going to make it pretty easy tonight. Maybe not perfect because it's going to be a little cooler than normal, but it's still going to be a really nice day and a dry day too. After what's been a very wet week, we're going to be talking about highs near 60 with trick-or-treating in the 50s. The weekend we take a dip and we do dodge some showers, but milder temperatures head our way next week. I'll have much more on the changes ahead in that 7-day forecast coming up.
And coming up after the break, a look at some of the places offering deals this Halloween. But first, let's check back in with Blake Lee.
Hey, we can't get enough of Halloween today, right? And what we're about to show you is a home in Shelbyville that is the talk of the town.
Welcome back in Shelbyville. One woman has taken Halloween decor to a whole new level.
Yeah, she is. So she has transformed her home inside and out. Like, I mean, completely, right? Turned it into the curse of Cleopatra's lost tomb. Our Blakely McHugh is there this morning. She's checking it out for us in her costume as well. Hey, Blakely.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Yeah, so we showed you the outside. Now we're on the inside. Hannah, we say you have transformed your home because you literally have. You've created hallways and their own rooms inside of rooms. I mean, it's crazy what you've done.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I'm still amazed every time I come through here. It makes me really giddy when I see it.
I'm sure it takes so much work that when you actually see it come to life, that's got to be like the greatest feeling, right?
For sure. For sure.
Tell us about all of the work that does go into it, because it's quite the feat.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the longest is probably carving all of the foam panels and stuff, and then going back after carving it, because we use heat tools to carve everything.
Okay.
And then I go back and I have to paint over it and do any outlines and that sort of thing. And then all of this paper is crumpled up after it's cut, and then it's hot glued to the cardboard that's on the back, so that takes